Hello, welcome to Tech Talk. I'm your host, Kelly Tracy, and today we have Dave Boarini, Art Director at Focus 360 with us. Welcome, Dave.
Sure thing. Great to see you, Kelly.
For anyone who hasn't met you yet, can you tell us what you do at Focus 360?
So I get to be sort of the creative concierge service, if you will, with our clients. They come to us with a project and we get to really dive into what makes that project special and how we're going to broadcast that to potential home buyers. And then I'm a bit of a liaison between our clients and our creative team. We have a team of very talented artists that I get to direct and brainstorm with and really bring a project to life in a visually stunning and appealing way.
I love that.
Thank you. We love to hear that. And of course, it's not just me. We have a team that's over 100 years experience, and it really shows in the work. It's a fantastic team to work with. I love working with this crew. They're amazing.
That's so awesome. So what is something that most builders get completely wrong when it comes to visual storytelling?
That's a great question. I probably say something I call the list mentality. That is thinking of an animation sequence as a list rather than as a movie trailer. Like if you thought of a movie trailer, when's the last movie trailer that you heard that said, well, there's a hero and then there's a goofy sidekick and there's a love interest and there's 3 action sequences and don't worry, it all works out in the end. No one would go and see that movie, right? You just listed all the things that were in the movie versus a movie trailer gives you enough information that you sort of know what it's about. You're excited, but it's that emotional appeal. It's
Totally.
that hook that the person at the end goes, I got to go see that movie. So likewise, all those details are important. You know, there's a pool, there's a gym, but the detailed list of is the pool to the right of the gym or the left of the gym, or is there a dry cleaners nearby? We don't have to list all those different things. Rather, we show the life of the project, what's really exciting about it, so that by the end, a potential home buyer is like, I got to get to that sales office. When do they open?
Yeah.
And there in the sales office, that's the presentation where some of those details and those nuances really get fleshed out. But versus a big picture emotional impact, that's what visual storytelling is about.
Yeah. So I believe that so much because I know when we were purchasing our home in Rancho Mission Viejo, we went into the Discovery Center several times before purchasing our home because we did want to understand what was coming. And at the time, it was all just dirt. So it was like, and for me, I'm such a visual person that I was like, show me something that's going to make me believe that this is turning into a house because right now it is a mud lot.
Exactly right. But in that sales center, all those details get worked out, how the countertops are going to look,
Right.
you know, how many faucets there are. That's not stuff that we need to broadcast sort of front and center for for
Right.
visual storytelling, but more that big picture, emotional impact. I could see myself living there.
Yeah, totally. What's a question that you ask builder clients that most people don't ask but should?
Oh, very good question. Of course, all the information that we gather from them is important, everything from the CAD drawings to the very specifics. And a lot of times during a call with our clients, those things sort of get fleshed out first. As the art director, what questions do you have? And then I get to enjoy questions like, what makes you excited about this project? What is so special about this project that it kind of keeps you up at night a little bit, right? Like, and then you see the clients just light up and they go, oh, well, it's so close to this. And oh, I got to tell you about this. There's a little bit of history here. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And suddenly the conversation just comes to life. And I go, that is what we need to get from your mind and heart into our buyer's mind and heart.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets really, really fun is how we're going to translate that feeling, that emotion that you have for this project and give that to our viewers.
Can you walk us through a project that you worked on that was like that, where you saw it before it even existed?
Yeah. The first one that comes to mind was a project called Trails at Schertz Canyon. And the client had brought out that the potential home buyers were outdoorsy. They like their big toys and their trailers. And they were mentioning that even some of the home designs, some of the home elevations have a standard 2-car garage and then a rear garage for ATVs. And so I was thinking, well, we gotta show that off. That's kind of unique. So we would show the front of the home and then move around and it changes seasons. So you get to see this home in multiple seasons. And then that back garage door opens and an ATV peels out, spraying snow all over the place. I had this thought in my mind. I was just with the client. I said, I can't wait to make this reality. And once it manifested and I got to see that creation actually play out, it was beautiful. And it's a really moving piece. You would definitely check it out.
I love that. And I'm very familiar with Schertz Canyon. Obviously, from the marketing perspective, we've used it several times for content. And I think for that reason, exactly, like you're showing the diversity of this neighborhood, you're showing the seasons. I mean, there's something so nostalgic about like the winter season and being able to see going from summer to like, this is what your life could be is incredible. And I know as someone who lives in California my whole life, like I kind of dream of having seasons. I don't really know what it's like to shovel snow. I imagine it's not that fun, but the idea of like your home being able to encompass all of that is so incredible.
I've lived in both. Virtual snow is a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah, I would guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Dave, we're going to get real. We're going to start rapid fire. So the first thing that comes to mind, no overthinking it. Okay. So one sentence that you want buyers to feel when they say your work.
I want to be there.
Okay. Yes. I love that. Okay. Lighting or composition, which matters more?
That's so tough. I mean, it's like two wings of a bird. Which one do they need more? The lighting and composition are what sells.
You can't break them up.
Every image. Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Music or podcast while you're creating?
Music.
Music.
Absolutely.
Okay. What kind of music? What's your music jam?
So, well, I mean, it depends on the project. A 55 and up community will have a different sort of cadence than maybe like the one we were talking about, Schertz Canyon, where they got big toys and run around the snow. But I absolutely love animating to music. And yeah, it drives the piece, and I can listen to it while I animate as well. And it keeps the theme running for sure.
Wait, I love the insight there. I guess I had never thought about, it's kind of like going to the gym. Like when you go to the gym, you're wanting, uplifting, strong music. So that totally makes sense. But wow. Okay. So morning person or night creator?
Definitely a morning person. Yeah. I pop awake in the morning and I can't wait to start creating.
Yeah, me too. Most important space in a home to get right visually. Space that really sets the tone.
Honestly, the kitchen.
I agree.
I could say the great room area, but it's kind of cheating, right? That's dining, that's living room, that's kitchen. But so if I had to nail it down, I'd probably say the kitchen. There's so many finishes that reflect, and there's a lot to take in as far as the appliances. And that tends to be where people gather as well. If you have people over, a lot of times you're in the kitchen when you eat snacks, even when you're finished. Maybe there's dessert, and then you kind of hang out, and everybody loves the kitchen. Everybody's drawn to that area, and it's a beautiful spot. I love getting the kitchen right.
Agree with that. Amenity or lifestyle, which matters more?
So lifestyle is really important. When we use lifestyle footage, we were able to, how can I say this? Lifestyle footage actually drives some of the animation. We will actually have, I'm thinking of an example here where we have a family that's sort of being welcomed into the ADU unit that's connected to the other home. And they're like welcoming in the grandparents, so to speak. Yeah. So we got lifestyle footage of this. And then we took out the background and replaced it with the virtual background. So it really sets them there. And then we created virtual characters so that when we're in the 3D element, it looks like they're right there, the same family. And by doing this, it really dovetails the two so that you're not watching a film going, okay, now we're in CG world. Oh, now it's real life. Oh, now we're back in CG world. Oh, now it's real. It just flows. It's just seamless. And you just go, wow, that could be my family.
Yeah, totally. Okay, last question. Dream project if budget didn't exist?
Fun. I think of something maybe like a water park with like lots of slides, lots of effects with the water going through. I mean, that would be something really, really twisty and turny. Something really unique like that, I think would be real. That's the first one that came to mind. It'd be a water park. I think that would be
so cool. Have you ever done like an amusement park or anything like that?
We've done one community at their pool had a water slide.
Okay.
It just came out so cool. And I thought, man, an entire water park, lots of people, right? I like animating people too.
Do you?
Yeah. So it would be
that would be so hard.
It is. I mean, it's difficult. We use motion capture. We use hand animated techniques, but when you're able to get that right, it just adds such a life to the project. A place like that you'd want that energy. So I think that'd be really fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dave. You are such an incredible asset to Focus 360. We adore you. I will also share that when I went around and asked everyone who was the kindest person at the office, we were doing something for social media, your name was consistently the name that came up. So not only are you so talented, but he is also so kind, which is kind of unfair. You've got everything. What a gift.
Thank you. That means the world to me. So I'm really pleased to hear that. Thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining us. And we would love you to join us on YouTube, Vimeo, and LinkedIn. You can find us at Focus 360. See you later.